Stellar. So Stellar has actually been fairly stable throughout this sort of bull cycle that we're in. Obviously, we're having a pullback at the moment, which probably will continue for the next few weeks prior to the halving. But Stellar represents a pretty good long-term play within the markets, particularly because of all of the cryptocurrencies around, is one of the most probable for landing, being the infrastructure behind a CBDC. So the potential here is pretty damn good. So I'm going to get into all of that. Before I do though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what the spreadsheet is, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. I expected they were going to make me a lot of cash. And you can see what these coins were worth when I recorded my videos. You can also see the highs that these coins hit in under a year and a half. And what your profits would have been. If you'd popped just $100 into those coins when I released the vids, sat on them for, 16, 17 months and then sold them. And if you'd done that for all of them, you would have made from 100 into each over 123 grand. So in less than a year and a half, that's not bad. Now, I sold these, but I share the coins that I own on my website, copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a crypto that I think is going to make me a lot of cash, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the coin, the profits I think it can have, and the percentage of my money that I'm going to put in. Members can copy along exactly, which means they make the exact same profit as me. Obviously, the added bonus there as well is they don't have to do any work. They don't have to dive into the markets. They don't have to find cryptos. They don't have to even look at blockchain or understand blockchain tech. That's why we have thousands of members on the site, because they're making great money in crypto, but they're not having to do any work at all. And if you want to see what they've made, that's there, along with the things I've said in the past. We're in a bull cycle, and actually now is the perfect time. We're having a pullback. So if you don't have your portfolio sorted, you're not happy with it, you're not confident with it, check out copymycrypto.com because it could help you with it. Now, Stellar. So Stellar's interesting when so many tactical marketing campaigns have been done. You will see all of these where it's going, all of these articles reference Stellar and some other coin, quite often Cosmos or Tron, and then some random coin you've never heard of. Why is that? It's a paid ad. So as an example, this one, right? This one's talking about pushed pre-sale intensifiers attracting Stellar and Atom communities. That's bollocks, but it's a very clever way of getting in. SEO, it's a good marketing technique for pushing on whatever pre-sale coin that they're trying to push, right? But there is a little thing I want to talk about here with regards to Stellar, and this is just token information they've put in for a paid ad on a pre-sale coin. But they've made some good points. Stellar has become a rooted beacon in the regularly volatile crypto world, has a vibrant ecosystem, has coped with recent pricing swings quite successfully. The long-term promise of Stellar eclipses its short-term drawbacks. As trading volume surges and its reach expands, Stellar continues to attract investors seeking havens in the blooming digital asset landscape. And there you go. And then there's just the subtle promotion of the thing that they're trying to promote. So if you're ever like, for anyone that's new to crypto, you're going to see these articles all the time. This is a paid article. This is not like what they're saying is not representative of what pushed, how many people are being drawn into pushed. I mean, it might be for this specific coin, but in general, it's not. That's why you have these D-Stream attacks Stellar and Cosmos investors. It's the same. Investors divert to a raffle coin. Fezu positions itself as probing, and Stellar and Cosmos, Stellar and Tron investors get interested. Koala coin ignites investor passion. Stellar and Cosmos communities drawn to Koala. These are called paid ads. And the way that they work is that people read them because people might be searching Stellar or Cosmos, and that's how people come across them. I know that's ended up being me talking about how Stellar's always involved in paid ads. It's not Stellar, it's SEO purposes. Anyway, Stellar itself, right, has been around for blooming ages, donkey's years. It's on every exchange. And look, it's been around since 2015, 2014 even. Did very, very well in its first bull cycle, ran up to like well, I think it was $1 actually. Was it 93 cents? Which when it was at lows of like, 0.2 of a cent, you've done bloody well. You've got 180 extra money, right? Now, in the last bull cycle, it did pretty damn well again, hitting very, very good highs of, probably around the 90-cent mark again. Obviously, these charts are not reliable. Now, Stellar is one of the coins that has a shot of hitting a new high. Now, actually, it's in a long-term downtrend. If you want to actually talk about peak to peak, I think Stellar's one that can break that trend. But one thing that's going to have to happen, land a CBDC. Now, as of right now, folks, there are 9 cryptocurrency projects in the space that are compliant with the global payments and messaging standards that are coming into fruition next year, I think. They are Quant, IOTA, Cardano, XDC. What else have we got? What's it called? Privacy coin. Can't remember. It's literally just escaped my head. Quant, Cardano, XRP, IOTA, Stellar, and then XDC. Yeah, there's 9 coins. There's 9 coins, right? And the reality is, look, they all have a shot of landing a CBDC. A CBDC is going to be what comes into fruition. Like, we are going to have them. We've been steadily moving towards a cashless society for a while. Obviously, that is a terrible, terrible idea. And a CBDC is just one step away from a social credit system that can enslave us. However you want to view it. I'm very cynical about CBDC. However, the coins that provide infrastructure for a CBDC are going to do very, very, very well. Now, the 2 that probably have the greatest chance of landing a CBDC are XRP and Stellar. XRP has created a CBDC, build your own CBDC platform, effectively for governments. Stellar have very strong ties with multiple different governments. Stellar is actually the backbone for for some of the infrastructure with blockchain tech in Africa. Stellar have good ties with the EU. And both Stellar, XRP, and all the others, Quant, IOTA, XDC, all have the potential to save money to banks in some shape or form. One of the largest costs for a bank and one of the biggest problems is cross-border payments. Cross-border payments represent an issue that's plagued banks in terms of time taken and in terms of cost. Stellar can resolve that, as can XRP. And I fundamentally believe that we're going to see the majority of governments introducing a CBDC at some point. I think we've already seen a lot of testing of that system from multiple different governments. It's the next iteration of it is actual implementation. The implementation of it is going to be problematic at the start, as it always is. But in reality, we are maybe a year or 2, might be longer, before these start popping up properly. Now, all it actually takes for Stellar to hit a new high, to break $1, is the announcement that they are going to be creating a CBDC for one of the powerhouse countries of the world. And it has to be a powerhouse country. If they are sorting out and being the infrastructure for a CBDC of Tanzania, it isn't going to go wild. But if they are announcing that they are going to be the infrastructure for the CBDC of the euro, this would go through the roof. And that is all that is required for this to actually go to a new high. If it doesn't get announced, then it gets to an interesting level, because then it might just be sort of hovering around the previous high of 2021, which 70, 80 cents, probably 80 cents. Me personally, look, I think Stellar's nailed on to land a CBDC. I think it's nailed on. It's one of the oldest cryptocurrency projects. They have been building, and they have been solidifying their network to the point that this can have really strong use cases as a payment system to help banks. And again, I'm not a fan of banks, as no one should be. But you can see they've partnered with MoneyGram. They've got a deep partnership with MoneyGram. Their focused blockchain-powered services have meant that they've got partners with central banks of Brazil, Ukraine, Indonesia, as well as the Bank for International Settlements. This is just an inevitability. Stellar have got this in the bag. I just don't think they'll get America. I think XRP's nailed on for that. Ripple Net will be the infrastructure. But Stellar, yeah, I think if it gets the CBDC for the euro, which I really think is quite nailed on for Stellar, I think we would see this not just break $1. I think $1 is the target, but I think this could hit $4, $5, $10, $20. Like, of course it can, because the infrastructure underpinning trillions of euro transactions a year has to be worth an equivalency. It's not going to be worth, $10 trillion, but could it hit a market cap of $1 trillion? Yeah, I mean, it could in theory. I don't think we'll see that this year, but I think just the announcement of we are now the infrastructure for the euro, for the CBDC of the euro, when that comes into fruition, yeah, this should hit, blast past $1, $2, $5, $10, all on the cards. Even if it's $10, what's that market cap? $250 billion for the infrastructure for something that would deal with trillions of euros a year. Yeah, I think very, 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 very likely. But $1 is the initial target. It's just got to get above the previous high of 93 point whatever cents. But make no mistake about it, the last 8-10 years that Stellar have been working on building strong partnerships to be the underlying infrastructure for banks and governments. They've continued to widen that network. They are going to have immense success sooner or later. It's just a question of how long does it take for the euro, for the EU, or whichever government to go, yes, we want a CBDC. The moment that they do, Stellar are now hugely in the conversation for a big government. That's what's important. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Guys, if you want to make the same profits as me in the next bull cycle, you can do. All you have to do is go to copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share with my members every coin I own. Anytime I find a crypto that I think is going to make me a lot of cash, I buy it. So I jump onto my site, tell my members about the coin that I'm going to buy, the profits it can have, and the money I'm putting in. They can copy along. We are actually at a perfect point to start adding to your portfolio. We're having a bit of a pullback. That's probably going to last for the next couple of weeks before the halving, and then after the halving, things will go wild again. So if you're not happy with your portfolio, check out what the members have made on copymycrypto.com, and what I've said in the past. It's all public record on here, because copymycrypto.com may well be able to help you in getting your portfolio up to scratch. And that's it from me, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.